While sentencing is based on the principles of law, does
For
such
2 days,
public
Supreme Court
commentary
members met with the press, the Northwest Territories legal community, the public, and Indigenous elders to answer questions and bring awareness of the role the Supreme Court plays. One topic of interest was the absence of Gladue reports in the Northwest Territories, which are used elsewhere in Canada to inform the courts the impacts of colonialism on Indigenous offenders? Northwest Territories Supreme Court Chief Justice Shannon Smallwood hopes to see Gladue reports in the future.
I think that's something that the Supreme Court, I can only speak on behalf of my court, is very interested in pursuing. I know that's something that the Department of Justice has looked into. It hasn't materialized, but I'm hopeful that that will come to be, because it would be very helpful to the court in sentencing.
Later in the conference, Michelle O'Bonsawin, the first Indigenous person to serve on the Supreme Court of Canada, says reaching out to all levels of community makes each judge more informed and well equipped on a social level.
It's also part of our own cultural competency to understand, because I'm an Indigenous person, but I'm not an Indigenous person who lives here. So some may think an Indigenous person from Ontario is going to understand the lived realities of someone from the Northwest Territories, but that is not so. So it adds to my own personal knowledge to understand about knowledge, traditions, and orders from the different communities that I take back and I willingly share with my peers.
O'Bonsawin wants the relationship between the justice system and Indigenous people to improve before the Supreme Court's next big anniversary.
That there will be hopefully a social change, a change in the justice system where there'll be a better understanding of the impact of different things like residential school, intergenerational trauma on our people, so that in the future, hopefully these numbers are going to lessen, because I think it's not just the justice system as a whole that has to do the heavy lifting. I think it's really a societal change, and everyone has a role to play in that.
The Supreme Court wrapped up its 2-day visit to Yellowknife this week, and later this fall, the Supreme Court will visit the last 2 cities that are part of its tour, which are Sherbrooke, Quebec, and Thunder Bay, Ontario. Bruce de la Cruz, APTN National News, Yellowknife.